Hello, my dear colleagues. Nice to meet you again virtually. And thank you for being here to watching and listening to my presentation. Unfortunately, we still need to be online, but hopefully soon we will meet in person. So thanks to Eurasia, Dr. Charles, for the invitation once again. It's always a pleasure to be here. And I'm going to share my screen. And today I'm going to talk about mentoring as a science to develop a prolific career. I do research on mentoring. Well, even though it is for translators, mentoring is mentoring. And I always pick a sentence to start my presentations. And I chose this one: the heart of mentoring, getting the most out of life, isn't about how much you keep for yourself, but how much you pour into others. This is mentoring, is to pass your knowledge, to pass your passion, to pass your commitment, to pass hope, to pass, maybe I can say, a future to someone else. And in the end, you will see that mentoring can do all of those things. Now, why mentoring? Why are we talking about mentoring? Or why am I talking about mentoring? Mentoring became an area of interest in the 80s in the United States. Mentoring started to be mainly used in companies, lawyers' firms, agencies, big corporate, to train the newbies, the people who were arriving in the companies, lawyers' firms. But then, after some time, people started to write about it, and you can check names as Kathy Cram, for example, Linda Searby. There are lots of people writing about this specific area. And mentoring then expanded to the academical world, and nowadays is widely used in universities in the United States. It has even specific departments just for mentoring and professional development and orientation, and academics with a high percentage of success. So mentoring is not selling vacuum cleaners. Mentoring is a science, and mentoring works. In Europe, for example, where I live in Portugal, mentoring is not widely used as it should be, because people here usually work with coaching, which is something completely different. And if you are all thinking about why is it different, it is. Coaching is just, you are going to a coaching course, they give you tools, you pay for the course, they give you tools, you use those tools with the gardener, with the doctor, with the engineer, with the cook, with whatever. And mentoring, the tools are not given to you. Either you are a mentor or you are not a mentor. Mentoring is something that comes from inside of you. So you cannot just go to a simple course and have tools and shada, you are a mentor. Now, we all know that there is a gap between the professional world, the academical world. There's a hole, a black hole in the middle. So no one knows what happens in that black hole. So how can we close this gap or this black hole? So sorry for the comparison. With mentoring. That's why I say that mentoring is good for a prolific career, because mentoring is advice, mentoring is experience, professional orientation. People are so lost when they finish their courses, their BAs, MAs, post-graduations, even PhDs. Profile improvement, career leveraging, networking, essential. We all know that networking is essential nowadays, even more after this tragic thing of COVID, okay? Because COVID made us think about other things. And when I say other things, I say this: thinking widely beyond our country, our continent. And that's why networking is so important. Personal development, of course, I am a better person because I'm a mentor, and I know that my mentees are better people because of me, also because of some of my influence. And of course, continuing professional development, essential, as we all know. CPD, I've already delivered speeches in Eurasia conferences about CPD. So who would be the mentors? If mentoring shall be used anywhere, mentors, okay? Professional in the area. That's why I said, and I explained the difference between coaching and mentoring. Everyone can be a coach, but not everyone can be a mentor. So from my point of view, a mentor has to be a professional in the area with experience between 3 to 5 years minimum, okay? Professionals who know how to help. I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Have a good sense of humor, essential. Not only because of COVID and all this tragic thing in the world and the war and whatever, but people need humor. People need to laugh, okay? Have an excellent knowledge of the professional world and its evolution. When I say the professional world, the one where the person is inserted and around, okay? Not like this, but like this, like an eagle, okay? Peripheral vision. Can share a message. If you cannot share a message, you are not a mentor. Positive people, okay? If you are a mentor and if you say to your mentees, just forget it, this is tragic, you will be a failure, so quit. This is horrible, we all know. Maybe we have seen people like this, but it's true. Aren't afraid of the future competition. You are helping people, so somewhere in the future you will receive something back, so don't be scared. Important data I want to share with all of you. Okay, I don't want to be boring, so I brought some data. These are data I gathered from mentoring programs I've done, not all of them, of course, I just picked some of them. And you can see that in the first column is the first letters of the names of the people. Second column, academic background, working area. So where were these people working when they went to my mentoring? And if they had any knowledge of the real professional world, okay? In this case, we are talking about people who wanted to be translators, freelance translators, but this could be the same for future engineers, future CEOs, future managers, directors, teachers, you name it. So you can see that the academical background is quite diverse: law, languages and literature, psychology, social service. And where were these people working? In areas, law, first one is a lawyer, secretary, call center, secretary, banking, social service, and teaching. I have nothing against these areas, as you can imagine, but this is not translation. So you can easily understand that these people were quite frustrated because they wanted to be translators, not lawyers, not secretaries, not call centers. So they had any knowledge of the professional world? And the answer is no. Okay, and now just everyone to see what happened after the programs. Same people, mentoring program, 3 months, 1 session per week. And when I say 1 session, Skype, it doesn't have to have a minimum time or a maximum time. I can talk for 3 hours or I can talk for 30 minutes. It depends. Okay. And look at what happened. 4 of those people are translators full-time. So they quit their jobs. 1 of them only part-time and 2 of them not translators at all. Now, you can see what mentoring does. It's like 80%, 75, 80% just change radically their lives. And there are 2 no's. And I know that people like to focus on the no's, so I'll explain why these 2 no's. The first one, it's a girl, RM, and she was starting to have her clients, but she was afraid of not having enough income to survive. So she accepted a full-time job in a company. So that's why she's not a translator. And JS, he's a guy, And when I gathered this data, he was only focused on translating games, video games. And I told him that is not possible. He had to diversify because the gaming industry in Portugal is really small when compared to Brazil, because we are 10 million and they are 200 million. So it's completely different. So no one bets, or tiny percentage, bet on translating games into European Portuguese, mainly into Brazilian Portuguese because of economics. And he said, well, Anna, but I don't want to widen my areas. I want to be a gaming translator. And I said, okay, so if you ever change your mind, let me know. And you know what happened? He changed his mind and he just started to have his own clients. He is still working in social service until he has enough clients to survive with translation. But he opened his mind and he wrote me a message saying, well, Anna, thank you for your advice. And you were right. I opened my mind to different things and now I have work. So if mentoring is used correctly, students know if they are in the correct area of studies. Okay. It avoids frustration and stress, shows the real professional world, is a help for future professionals in their preferred areas, creates the practical side of each area of studies, allows students to have a direct contact with established professionals in the area. The university is closer to the professional practical world, and students are not only numbers. Okay, so that's why since 2015, thank you for your time. I'm going to stop sharing because this is quite boring. And that's why since 2015, I am a true defender. And I always talk about this in all conferences I go around the world. And mentoring is essential. Professional orientation is essential because the frustration levels are very high because of COVID, because of remote work, because of unemployment, because of inflation, because of economics, because of everything. We are all tired, we are frustrated, we are sad. And we see people dying every day in war, still with COVID. And it's very important to give people a boost, a shot of energy and of laughter. Why not? So I truly hope I was not that boring for all of you who are here listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. And if you have any questions, please do. It was a pleasure to be here. And I truly hope we can meet in person soon. Okay. Thank you so much.